So good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to Vancouver. Have you been here before?
No, it's my first time.
And what are your thoughts?
I would have loved to walk around a little bit, but I'm a little nervous about tonight's show because it's my first time and it's the first one. So I was just standing still in my room, so I didn't see much yet.
So you're quite nervous. That would surprise me. I mean, you've done a lot of, you're an actress, you've done a lot of different things, but this is scaring you?
Yeah, much more. It's just new, and I think the starting point is what's quite terrifying. Then maybe I'll get used to it, and there'll only be the excitement left and not the fear.
Now, do you think of yourself more as an artist, say, than just, say, a singer that you're going to be tonight, or an actress and all the other things you do? How do you see what you do?
I don't want to look at myself that much, and it's true that doing the promotion, and it's very much me, which is weird after a while. So I don't really know. I don't see myself as an artist. I find it very pretentious to use that word, but I've been much more comfortable with the films because I've done it for a longer time. I'm discovering this new work of singing and singing live, which is really, I find, very different than being in a studio and recording. It's not the same. You can't compare it to theatre either, even though I haven't done much theatre.
What does it feel like standing on stage when you're about to sing and everyone's looking at you, not to add to the nerves, but what does that feel like?
I did a few shows in New York. They were quite small. I mean, I think it was 40, 50 minutes long. And it was very exciting. It was great to see the people and to finally, because we've been rehearsing a lot, and it's just about the work. Now it's when you're in front of the people, that's when it makes sense, really, what you've done until now. So I was lucky to have a lovely audience that reacted very well, and they were very kind. So I hope it'll continue.
Vancouver's very kind. Now, for you usually sing in English. There are some French songs you sing. Was that a deliberate choice when this time out, when you started to record again a few years ago? Did you deliberately say, I'm going to do this in English?
Yeah, when I started working with Air, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, I knew that I didn't want to sing in French. It was already very difficult for me to start again without my father and putting all that aside. So I wanted to try and have as little comparisons for me as possible. And the French, of course, for me, it's so close to my father. I couldn't imagine singing somebody else's words in French. So, and then we asked Jarvis Cocker if he would write some songs, and I discovered his way of writing. I mean, I knew his work, but I discovered his way of working for me, which was incredible. I loved it. And again, working with Beck, I wanted his words and his poetry, and that's what I got.
It's interesting that Jarvis Cocker and Beck you're mentioning, because they're such, I mean, I would say Jarvis being very quintessentially English almost. When I think of Common People, and when I think of Beck, I think it was very American, very soul of America, like the blues and where he mined. So it's interesting that you would really distance yourself.
It is very interesting. And when I started to work with Beck, I realized how he writes with a lot of images, and a lot of references to American culture, which is very far away from me. So I discovered all of that, and it was great to, in some songs, to be very close and very intimate, and with other songs to have that distance. It was like playing a character. So I loved those differences. Also, doing the shows now, I'm singing again some of the songs from 555, the other album, and so I can see, of course, the going from one song written by Jarvis to a song written by Beck is there's an enormous distance between them, which is fun.
Beck, like, had you Had you followed his career all along?
Yes, I had, but and I was a little, even very much intimidated by him, but it was very friendly, and that there was no. It's true that I didn't put him on a pedestal, and I like to look up to him, of course, but not too much. If not, it's quite impossible to work.
Well, and I heard he was also a big admirer of your father's. So I guess were the two of you coming at each other with these great?
My father isn't me, so.
No. But you have expectations when you meet somebody. Mm-hmm. You build things up a little bit, and then you have to. Hi.
No, but we had 5 days to start working together, not knowing what would happen and if we would be able to work well. And I loved the songs that we did, the first 3 songs that we did together. So I called him back quite later on and asked him if he would do the whole album. So it was really step by step. There wasn't a lot of pressure. I like to work that way when it's possible.
It seems you have quite a fortunate group of people that you can work with. I mean, working with Air, and that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I realise how lucky I've been until now, touch wood, so that it goes on. But I have met and worked with incredible people, yeah.
And do you think that's something, as well as being able to put out an album or something, do you think it's also just the fun of working with these people?
Oh, it's only that. I never, of course I had the thought of making an album and that as a result, but the most important thing for me was the year and a half I had of work, and it was like a work in progress. It was incredible. And with Beck, the same. For a year and a half, I went back and forth from France to his home where we record. And it's that experience that I remember and that I keep.
And he, I understand, helped you put together a band for your tour?
He did. Well, Brian Le Barton, who's playing the keyboards, played on the record, and he's worked with Beck quite a lot with live shows. And Bram in score, also the bass player. And so, yeah, thanks to Beck, I met Brian, and he put together this band and made it all possible. Yeah.
And for you, in putting together a show, do you imagine it to be you singing, or are you getting to know people, or how do you see this experience?
I can't say yet. I don't know. Trying to enjoy myself is for me the main thing, because I think it's what you can share. So I'll try and focus on that.
When I hear performers are really scared, I always want to tell them, but we're all there for you. Mm. You know, we're all there because we want to see you have a good time. And I think sometimes that I feel bad. I almost feel like waving. If I
No, but you want to just to do well, so not forgetting the words, and try and sing as best you can. But it's not something I'm not. It's not a natural thing for me, so that's the difficulty.
And do you worry about what to wear?
Of course, but I'm not worrying, but I thought about it. Yeah, I've got a few options.
I could just, do you do the mirror thing where no, this won't work, and take it all off and start again?
No, well, I've asked other people to judge for me, which was helpful. So no, I've done that mirror thing, but it's not. I'm not good on taking decisions myself. It takes me a long time, but it's not that dramatic finding a pair of pants to wear.
No, it isn't, but we put a lot of meaning into it. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.